What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oscar De La Hoya. Get this. Oscar De La Hoya claims that the fix is in against Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is set up to lose against Romero in their upcoming bout coming soon. Let me counterpunch. We know Gervonta Tank Davis is set to leave Mayweather, or his contract is up to leave Mayweather, or expires with Mayweather Promotions. And he is rumored to do whatever he wants to do. We don't know what he's going to do yet, but then again, the narratives have already began. We do know that Oscar De La Hoya wants to sign Tank Davis, which I think would be a great idea, but that's what his intentions are. And he also claims that the fix is in against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that Oscar, he may have a point. That's if they're willing to do so. But then here's the thing about boxing. It's the sport that I love, that I hate so much. So I don't put anything past it as far as that goes, especially if Floyd and Leonard think that Gervonta Tank Davis may actually leave. We do know that Gervonta Tank Davis does not respect him fighting, or his opponent that he's fighting, which is Romero. He thinks he's a clown. He thinks that's why they put him in there with him, because, you know, they want him to not to do well, and they don't get him the best fights. Now, what could this mean? If Tank Davis loses, it's how he loses. If the fix is in, that means it has to be to the decision. That means the judges or the referee could be involved. And if that's the case, Gervonta Tank Davis has to go for a knockout. But here's the thing. If Gervonta Tank Davis does what he normally does by getting people out of there, knocking them out, he shouldn't have a problem. Okay? Now, if it doesn't, and if he sees a lot of, you know, discrepancies and weird calls, and, you know, the scorecards are lopsided, yeah, it could be against him, you know, and that'll show you that Oscar De La Hoya was right. But at this point, we can only know or see what happens to know who's right or who's wrong. Because for all we know, Floyd Mayweather may try to counter-offer or re-sign Gervonta Tank Davis and offer him more money just to keep him on the money team banner. He may do that. You know what I mean? But what we hear from Mayweather and Al Heyman and that side of the street, they don't really have much money to work with. So I don't see them offering Gervonta Tank Davis a lot of money. Okay, so it'll also prove a lot of things to be true or not true. You know, so if they do offer him and he re-signs, that means they've offered him enough money that was comfortable enough for him to stay. Okay. And I think Gervonta Tank Davis really needs to not make a decision right away, because if Oscar De La Hoya wants to sign him, I think he should wait for that offer. And I think he should use each and every offer, either it's from Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum, etc. I think he should use that as a bargaining tool against Mayweather Promotions. So if they offer him, oh, we're gonna offer you $4 million signing bonus, and on top of the upsides of the pay-per-view, and on top of a healthy salary too, because, you know, you're a cash cow. I want you to be better than me. All that shit, right? Right? So he could hear that, take it to wherever, vice versa. Take it, well, hey, they offered me $4 million. We'll offer you 6, or we'll offer you 10 over here. De La Hoya may offer him $10 million. If he doesn't take $10 million, he's a fool, because he knows the Garcia fight was there. Garcia didn't really look great in his fight. You know, he showed he still had speed, but he really didn't show that he had finish ability. And he you know, he has his head up like this noble crossover. That's what I call it. The Ryan Garcia crossover. It's a noble chin in the air type deal. And that would be a fight that would make a lot of money. So, yeah, and if he doesn't sign with De La Hoya, you can at least sign for that particular fight, and that particular fight only, be a free agent, just like his mentor, or the guy he looks up to, Canelo Alvarez, done or is doing. So if you want to become a successful boxer, I think what you need to do, you need to see and need to observe what a successful boxer does, like Canelo. He likes to use his gloves. How about using his model? Yeah. How about using his base model as being a free agent when you know you don't need anything from anybody and you can make any fight and you don't have to be behind the bars or some kind of a border that stops you from making fights because you know those guys that you are signed with won't make the best fights for you. You know, but back to Delahoya, I think he fears what he fears what could possibly happen to Gervonta Tank Davis, and that's natural. You know, but we can only tell that on the day and see if that's true. Okay, but whatever Gervonta Tank Davis does, I see him beating Romero. I see him beating Romero by a big margin. But if they do rob him, that would show that he is a part of a setup, you know, a stitch up that would stop him from going anywhere else, because they knew, or knowing that he, or the fear of him going somewhere else, they wanted to put the fix in and make Rolly Romero something that Gervonta Tank Davis once was. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Oscar De La Hoya's theory on Gervonta Tank Davis being set up to lose against Rolly Romero. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.